You tilt it, Daddy.
You just want to get this done so you can go home.
Yeah.
This ain't a song for the broken heart.
Bon Jovi. One of the things that Barrels of Fun likes to do is we like to tell stories. We love to create an experience. We have created a fun experience with Labyrinth. Dune was a very dramatic, cinematic experience. And Winchester was a game that was about a haunted house experience. And one thing I do enjoy playing is I do like playing band games, music games. And I always thought down the road of what would a music pin look like if Barrels of Fun had the opportunity to do that. And we actually had a couple of bands approach us about doing a game for them. And Bon Jovi was actually one of them. It's one of these things I've been saying to quite a few people. It's an IP that everyone knows. You may not know Bon Jovi, you may not like Bon Jovi. However, Bon Jovi over the last 4 decades has been in our culture, even if you don't recognize it. You hear it everywhere. So when I started doing my research and looking into what band game or music pin I wanted to do, Bon Jovi came very, very quickly to the top of, we can make something really, really special here. And take what we've learned from our last 3 games and take the music pin experience to another level. When we're developing a game, we choose licenses and partners that have the same goal that we have. We want to make the best experience we can. And there are IPs out there that may not have a lot of restrictions on what they can do. With Bon Jovi, they've been a part of this process all the way along. They've been actively involved in it. Granted, they were getting ready for a concert, which they're currently doing right now. Starts in the US and goes over to Europe soon. And they were very involved. I mean, every aspect of this game was approved by the band themselves. It was very important to John that we create a game that captured their legacy. This was about the band and what they've done from the days when they were playing bars in New Jersey to filling up stadiums. This is truly a celebration of what they've done in the 4 decades of making music. You know, it's kind of weird that I didn't think about how much their music has been throughout our lives. And when I started diving into this with the team, we realized this game is much more than just a music pin. Yes, it is a concert experience, but many of these songs that we've connected with or we are aware of are connected to moments that we experienced in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s. So when you step up here and you play one of these songs for the first time, and you may not know it, I am pretty positive, and I think Cary can actually attest to this, is like, dang it, I know this song. And I'm gonna call Cary out here, but I've never seen someone sing so much to songs that he said, I'm not a Bon Jovi fan. And he pretty much knew every song that he was playing. Is that true, Cary?
Yeah, it's damn true, man.
I led the lead on this design. This is my 3rd design. But the team really stepped up, and when they realized the feel that I was going for, the nostalgia trip, we just don't have concert footage for over the 4 decades. We have the music videos. We introduced side characters, Tommy and Gina, who is a featured couple through all their songs, through a lot of their songs. And, you know, I really wanted to make it a game that made the player feel like a rock star. My initial goals with this game was to be a 2-flipper game. Something I've noticed with all the games that we've built is we have a lot of new people coming to these IPs. These IPs are very family friendly, and a lot of the times they don't use the upper flippers. It takes time for them to learn that you got to use an upper flipper to get further into the game. And so when I started working on this game, I really wanted this to be a throwback to a 2-flipper game very easy to approach for the families. Granted, halfway through the design, Carl and Luke Underwood, who was the engineer on this game, basically said, if you really want this shot, David, you're gonna need an upper flipper. I'm like, no, we've gotta be able to squeeze the shot over more so we can hit it from like the right flipper. And it got to the point where it's like, no, Dave, you're really gonna need a third flipper. So I was like, all right, let's put a third flipper in there. And when we broke the 2 root flipper rule, I was like, well, screw it, I'm gonna throw in a 4th one. They go, where do you want that? And I told them exactly where it was, which you guys have now seen, the crowd surf flipper. It's just fun. I just like, if we're gonna put a 4th one in there, let's put it somewhere that people are gonna enjoy. You know, when we approach it, I work with the team, what are 5 or 10 things that connects you to that IP? When it comes to music, it's kind of very different. So you look at the themes of the music and what you're doing, the eras it comes from. And obviously, Bon Jovi's iconic logo is the heart and dagger. So we had to figure out, and half their song, you know, like shot through the heart. So we need to make sure that we're gonna be shooting a heart. You know, if I have a worm that eats a bowl, I'm gonna have a heart that eats a bowl. So it kind of centered around the heart mech. I actually had a different design for the heart mech, and when Luke came on to start actually executing this design, he's the mechanical engineer lead on this, he started changing what it should be doing. My approach again was I wanted this to be approachable, I wanted every shot to be able to be hit from the bottom flippers, and I wanted as many options when it comes to combinations and stuff like that on shots. So you can shoot through the heart, you can shoot under the heart, and the heart can also catch the ball and actually take it to the 3rd level of the ramps. So you have a ground level entry, a middle ramp entry, and then you have a top ramp entry as well. We can throw the ball forward, we can throw the ball backwards. That toy can do a lot when it comes to the music. And we made sure all the music is centered around different shots. So, you know, we're trying to utilize the playfield as much as we can with each song and make it unique to each. The second big feature, this actually came from Luke, a captive ball that would actually be caught. So it'll be your ball that goes around, gets caught, another ball will come in, and then you can shoot that ball. Originally, that was going to be shot through the heart, like you'd capture it and then you'd shoot it through the heart. And then Lucas said, yeah, that's not going to work. So he came up with, what about if we put it in a loop? I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, it's a loop-to-loop. So it's a captive ball in a wire form that if you hit it, goes all the way around and comes back and lands behind the captive ball. When he presented that, I was like, well, crap, you know what we need to do with this? And he looked at me and goes, what? I said, we need to put a spinner in there. So we have a captive ball loop-to-loop that goes around the spinner. And the whole point of that is we want to have a moment where you are getting the crowd excited. So you're at this concert experience and you want to rev up the crowd. So every time you start doing combinations on that music, you'll have an opportunity to rev up that crowd. The more you rev that crowd up, the crowd surf out lane flipper will light and will give you the ability to actually save that ball as it goes out the left lane. Another one is a part of going to a concert, which I really haven't had the privilege to do, is there's usually a VIP section for people that can afford to go behind the scenes at a concert. So we have a dedicated area in this game that's fed from the upper right flipper that is a VIP access area. So that's a magnet, grabs the ball, you'll get your VIP points, you got to spell VIP, and that actually feeds into a 3-ball physical lock that will lead to a mode down the road. We also have the Still Horse lock mechanism. Again, iconic song, My Still Horse, I Ride, Wanted Dead or Alive, is we had to feature that. So right alongside between the VIP and the heart is the Still Horse. And basically it's a 3-ball physical lock as well that you can lock by shooting either left or right orbits that will lock the ball. And then once they're all up there, then you can release them onto the playfield for extra points. Again, you have to, figure out what is going to encompass what the experience is going to be. So you start looking at set lists that they play. What they play as a set list versus what everyone listens to can actually vary greatly. So we basically started looking at the process, like what songs have good music for pinball, what songs will connect to people that know the band, and also what songs will connect to people that you may not recognize as a Bon Jovi song, but Bon Jovi is played everywhere. It is played on every classic radio at multiple times a day. It's in elevators, it's in supermarkets, I mean, it's at stadiums, it's everywhere. So choosing the songs out of all their albums was choosing 17 songs that people would recognize and have a connection to it to somewhere in their life. So we went through the biggest hits, but we also chose songs that were widely popular during the decade that they were launched. So they may be not as listened to, but we have a gut feeling that this is something that will connect to a player to make them energized to play the game. My biggest thing when I have someone walk up to this game is if they're a Bon Jovi fan, they'll have the opportunity to choose which song they can play. The idea is, I don't want you choosing a song because of the points. I want you to choose a song because it amps you up to play. You know, so you can get excited about playing. Because when I hear good music, I actually play good. I mean, there are people that put headphones on and play their own music in their head when they're playing a pinball machine professionally. So it's one of those things of, I want the person to step up, choose a song that they know or gives them excitement, and then they plunge the ball into that game. Now, Phil Grimaldi, who is rules lead on this game following Dune, he has a very deep dive on what the rules are, and for a competitive will become way more clearer and as it gets developed along. But I'm not worried about the points. Well, actually, I was kind of worried about the points. I wanted this to be a big scoring game. I don't care if you drain out of a song in 1 minute. I still want you to feel like a rock star. And the way to do that is A, through audio and sound, but also the score. So you're going to see some pretty big scores on this game. Art package is Johnny Crap. He is on the art package this time. We also have Joshua Clay, who is the director of animations. Then you also have Phil Grimaldi is the rules lead on this, and Luke Underwood is the mechanical engineer. Now you got to remember there's also a ton of other people behind that. You also got Jeff, which I probably should have left that to last to make him feel really good about himself. Jeff Dodson, aka Dirty Pool, he is working his music madness on this. And you know, it's kind of interesting, like he was actually really excited about this project because A, he didn't have to write music for it, which he obviously loves doing, but this was a really challenge to him. It was like, how do we take that concert experience? And he's a great fit for Barrels of Fun because he is as passionate as we are and he wants to do something different. You know, Barrels, I believe in the pinball community is like, we want to make these experiences that are above and beyond pinball. And so when he got brought into the challenge of doing Bon Jovi, he's like, okay, this is an opportunity. We could really make a big difference in how we approach this. Also, you got to remember, you've got Trent Armstrong, Julian. These are the animators on our team. We also have Eric Prepke is our programmer on this game. We have Paul Sauls, who is the other mechanical engineer. You know, we have a lot of people that are working on this. We have Parker and Luke, they're both electrical engineers as well. The team is so big now, it's actually hard to think of who they are. But the team on this have worked on every game that we've made. And honestly, I set this whole room up for you to Cary to come in, and I brought in the other games just so you had a little palate cleanser. So after playing Bon Jovi, seeing 4 games that we've made, it's, you know, we live so much in our own project, like every project. Like I'm actively working on 2 other projects right now. It's not often you get to step back and look in this room and go, wow, we've made 4 games and they all are completely, radically different than each other. That was a proud moment. Like that didn't set in until you walked in and I was like, oh wow, there's a difference, especially in the color palettes. But this game doesn't feature an LCD on the playfield. And the reason that is the case is this game doesn't need it. You know, this game with the heart mechanism and the still horse and the Bon Jovi LED board in the back that lights up while you hit spinners and stuff like that, this game had no space for an LCD down there. So it didn't feel necessary. You know, I put more. This game very much is a throwback to the 90s for me. Like I wanted this to be approachable. Like you'll look at the artwork and Johnny very much made it clear he wanted this art package to be very 90s. It has a very throwback to the Williams and Data East days of playfield artwork and stuff like that. Just starting on the left side, you go from the most current version of Bon Jovi, and as you work your way around the playfield, it goes to the younger version of Bon Jovi. I mean, they've been going since the 70s, you know, so we wanted to capture those eras. Again, yes, Bon Jovi is the centerpiece of this concert experience, but this game is more than just their music. This is more about a celebration of the decades that they've played through and the concert experience that comes with that. So there's little side missions that, if Phil will talk about this in other interviews, where we have little side missions that while you're playing the song that you can start up with Tommy and Gina that will start the wave through the audience, or a beach ball that comes through. Very similar to kind of the games I enjoyed growing up is Creature from the Black Lagoon, World Cup Soccer. You know, this game is very much a game inspired by those type of little side quests as you're going through the mode itself. Creature from the Black Lagoon, for me, I'm a horror kid, so Creature meant a lot to me as a game, and when I played it, I realized this is not a Creature from the Black Lagoon game at all. This is a drive-in experience. And I guess Bon Jovi is kind of similar to that. This is a concert experience that is featuring Bon Jovi, celebrating his legacy, but it's about that experience when you go to that concert for the first time. Just like my first concert was in Excess, and man, like, your first concert experience is usually unforgettable in a good way. When I look at all the games I've worked on, it's only been 3 that I've been in the lead of, is I've always put something into the apron. So on this one, we have obviously the flipper down. So our apron's different again, which I can tell you our engineering people are like, can you not just do, like, why are we making custom aprons for every game that we make? Well, because we can. But we obviously have the flipper down on the left side. But this apron is, we want it to be kind of like the mixing desk at the concert. So we have a light up little tape deck in the middle of it. And on the right hand side, we got a little light meter that's just lit up with LEDs. But we also have 2 sliders in there. So as you get better at playing this game and the crowd's getting louder, they will slide up to indicate that you're doing better. So you got 2 sliders there, and Phil is working on what he wants that to be, but it's most likely going to be a cheer meter, like to show you that you're building up your cheer, but also, you know, progressing up to like bigger jackpots and that you're playing really, really well. Just a visual indicator that we think is just fun. I just want this to be a fun experience. It's not about, this is, yes, the overarching, this is about the Bon Jovi experience and experience the concert through his set list that you get to set. But this also should be an experience that you get to choose your experience. And I'm hoping some of this music will connect with you guys because you heard it at a time in your life that you were having some type of event. Because Bon Jovi's everywhere. You can't escape it. What I'm excited for is people get to experience this in the wild. And many of our games, you know, someone's going to make me a t-shirt, so I'm going to put this out there. I need someone to make me a t-shirt making games no one's wanted since 2023. We choose licenses and themes that we know we can make a very unique experience. An experience that you can share with your friends and have a good time. Bon Jovi is no different than that. Bon Jovi is huge. They have 10 billion streams. They have sold out arenas everywhere. And I want people to come up, even if Bon Jovi is not your taste, play the game, experience, build your set list, play it loud. Like the sound system in this game, you want to talk about things that I've learned as a pinball company. I hope people have seen and experienced from Labyrinth to Doom to Winchester. We've made a lot of advances and improvements of what we're doing. From Labyrinth, everyone said it was too dark, so we decided to include the Halo light system, which is built into the cabinet. We also had to upgrade the sound system from Labyrinth to Doom to help create that immersive world. That is no different what we've done here with Bon Jovi. When we did this, I like clarity in my audio. And that was a big drive as we kept developing our games, that this audio system had to be on a level like if you was in a movie theater or a concert, you want to hear it and you want to hear every little element of it. And we have successfully done that with this game. because we actually have an enclosed subwoofer now, and that's going to be standard. Like everything we have done, we've learned from Labyrinth, Dune, Winchester to Bon Jovi, Infinity Glass, Everglass cabinet decals, lighted speaker panels that we've had from the get-go. You know, now our audio system with an enclosed subwoofer, with our own custom speakers, our own custom amp. Like, this is all part of building a better product that we will keep developing until eventually I'm no longer around. But hopefully whoever takes this on after me will continue that legacy, because we just want to make the coolest collectible stuff in the world that people will want for years to come. Go and experience it, play it loud. I guarantee you're going to walk away with a smile.
This ain't a song for the broken hearted.